Yo, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, we're going to talk about the Acolyte. I was going to make a video today on my thoughts and everything with the Acolyte, but I decided that, might as well just come and talk to you all about it, because that's what I like doing. So yeah, we're just going to get into the discussion when people start filling in, because, I want to talk about it, and I want to just go over it as a whole. Alrighty, so I'm just going to start off with saying this show isn't horrible. It definitely has its flaws, but so does every other Star Wars show. And along with that too, I'm just going to say that, like, I was really disappointed by the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. That was my most anticipated show, and there's not enough words for me to describe the way I feel about it. And I will say, the only good parts of the show for me, honestly, were the flashbacks with Hayden and the ending fight. The ending fight was definitely what made the show the best. But I will say, from a story-wise and, like, actually being invested in the story, the Acolyte has done a better job with that for me. So, like, if I had to rank the shows, Kenobi would only be above because of the fact that Hayden is there and and the fight. But besides that, like, it doesn't have that much else riding for it. This show definitely hasn't been the greatest thing we've seen either, like Mando Season 2, which is, I think, is still to this day the best piece of Star Wars we've gotten since George Lucas was around. And along with that too, same thing with Ahsoka. I know a lot of people didn't like Ahsoka. I loved it, and I thought that was exactly what we needed. And going forward, we still need that. So, the Acolyte as a whole, I don't think was bad. I think it definitely could have, a lot of things could have been changed. And it could have been done a whole lot different. And I think if not only were the episodes released all at once, but they were also an hour long, and the structure was changed, we would have had a better show. And the hate wouldn't have been as tremendous as it has been. Now, it definitely was blown out of proportion, I believe, in multiple regards. But, for example, if we would have had all the episodes released all at once, and if we would have had episode 1 and 2 together as an hour-long episode, episodes 3 and 7 together as an episode, and then 4 and 5 together, and then 6 and 8 together, that's 4 episodes that are all an hour long, and we would still have 4 more episodes to go for the season, and then we could start getting into the Sith stuff with Plagueis and dealing into that form, because then, just like Ahsoka, the first 4 episodes were just to catch everybody up, and then after that we got the flashback episode with Hayden, and we moved on to the story afterward. And I think if that same premise would have been taken with the Acolyte, where we got all the episodes we've gotten just condensed together, and that being the first 4, and then after that we go into the story of Plagueis, maybe even Tenebrous with Cortosis, we would have had a way better story in general. But unfortunately we didn't get that, and I think that for the future this is what we need to happen. Along with, this show definitely should have been released all at once. What's going on, Angel Allen Prop? The thoughts in question, the power of many. Okay. But it's just, like, I'm glad we got Plagueis, but I'm kind of scared for, episode 3 was pretty pointless when episode 7 gives the context. Yeah. It's only for the perspective thing. And I think if they would have done it where, with episode 3 being mixed in with 7, where it was just seeing the different points of views of, like, what actually happened, that would have been better as well. But like I said, I think if episode 4 and 5 were together, sorry, if episode 1 and 2 were together, 3 and 7 were together, but 3 and 7 being mixed with one another, along with 4 and 5 and 6 and 8, that would have been the great way just to segue now into everything with Plagueis and the Sith, because this show ultimately was supposed to be about the Sith, and I don't feel like we got there. And I love Plagueis' inclusion. Don't get me wrong. His age being different, that doesn't bother me. Honestly, it would have been better if we didn't get the flashback for episode 8 reveal of Soul killing the witches. Probably. I agree. And obviously things would have had to been changed. Like, Soul, without it knowing it literally is self-defense, yeah. And when Soul killed Mother Anastasia to begin with, it also felt super weird. Like, it didn't feel like it made sense and also fit for the story. I don't know, like, it felt so out of place for Soul and his character that it was kind of just like, what the hell? But I just, like, with having Plagueis show up just for a couple seconds and that being it, I think it was a missed opportunity for sure. But also, I'm kind of scared for the future that if the same team gets Plagueis, they need to bring in James Luceno just to make the story right and have him check off everything. Just like how Timothy Zahn had done with Rebels and with Ahsoka, they need to have him there to check off everything and make sure that the story is what we need for Plagueis. Because I'm at this point, I'm a little scared. Key jingling? Exactly. I'm a little scared for where this will go with Plagueis if a season 2 is given. Pray for no season 2. Understandable. Like, personally, I love Crouching Tiger. They better bring James in. Yeah, I think they should as well. Crouching Tiger is one of my favorite movies, so seeing I'm going to call it the Force Fu. Seeing Force Fu and the fight choreography, I loved every second of it. I know some people didn't, and some people thought the wire work was kind of cringy. Understandable. This is not your taste. That's fine. I personally loved it, and I wanted to even see maybe even more of it. And I definitely think the lightsaber combat was also the best it's been since George Lucas was around with Nick Gillard. So I think it's still a step in the right direction, and that in the next few years, it'll progress even further. I mean, now that this show is done, now it's time for Dave and John to revive the franchise as a whole. I mean, literally, we have John's movie next year, Dave's movie the year after. We have Sean Levy coming in. Hopefully his movie will come out before the Rey movie as well. And they will... People have been saying for years that Star Wars is dead. It's not. It's clearly not. But these three people in the next 3 or 4 years will be what revives Star Wars and bring it back to what it needs to be. Back to how it felt during the ending of Mando Season 2. Hedlund seems too incompetent to even write with consulting Luceno. I mean, I don't even know if it's just her, though, because they have a whole writer's room. And also, a lot of people go and blame Dave, but Dave not only didn't greenlight the show as Greenland 2019, but also his promotion was given after 2/3 of the show had already been filmed, so he didn't really have any say for changing anything. So I just think that the teams behind it need to change, and it needs to stick with Favreau, Filoni, maybe even Sean Levy. That team needs to stick with everything. She always says she's a lore expert, so this is the best we're going to get. She is a showrunner at the end of the day. Yeah, she is. And I haven't seen anything about her saying she's a lore expert, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to see more from her talking about the lore of Star Wars for me to get behind that. Like, I know with Pablo Hidalgo, him and 3 others are the lore masters of Star Wars at Lucasfilm. So I can get behind them being a lore expert, but Dave as well, and I think John with Dave's input as well. But yeah, I didn't really want to make a video on it because I'd rather just sit here and talk with you guys on it as a whole. And if you're watching this after the stream, here we are. She considers herself a lore expert like Filoni. The quotes are out there. The quotes could be out there. I don't go and dive in for quotes, and I don't go and look for stuff like that. I'm only focused on news providing the shows. So that's why I'm not aware of that. Like, 9 times out of 10, if I see something, it's from leaked photos on Twitter or Reddit or Tony from Star Wars Sith sending to me on Instagram. By the way, Tony, if you're still here, I did get it fixed with the saber, by the way. there is no more red light. So we're good. But I mean, I said on Cantina jargon yesterday that or not yesterday, sorry, the day before, that the only reason why I'd want a season 2, it doesn't even have to be by the same team, would be just to finish out the story, because I'm tired of getting these stories that are just started with no conclusion. Like, if anyone knows what the Solo sequels were going to be like and the story behind them, it would have been insane. And that's a prime example of we need to stop just giving half-baked stories. And I only want to continue it just so that the story is fully fleshed out. They can bring in a whole new team and change it entirely. It doesn't matter. As long as, I don't know. It's up to you guys on that one. Drink some water real quick. No, I'm not up to date on what people say or think, but the way I'm looking at this too is that there's better times ahead now, because now in December we get Skeleton Crew, and then from then we get John's movie next year in the summer. So things will start to turn around. The parallels they made with May and Revan at the end, I really enjoyed, and May being a tool for the dark side, and then losing her memory, and having enjoying their former enemy. I like that too. I just wish we got more leading up to that, of seeing her conflictedness, so to speak, than it just being so like 180. That's my only like gripe about it, is that it was just like a complete 180 from how she was. Like, I wish there was just more leading up to it, giving us like insight to those thoughts, rather than it just being instant. But yes, I do like the Revan parallels, as well as even the inspirations behind it with Plagueis. I mean, I sincerely enjoyed seeing Plagueis' face. Him, if you want, it's up to you. But if a Plagueis show gets created, James Luceno needs to be in every single story meeting. Period. Turn this off real quick. Sorry, I'm still getting over my cold. But I mean, honestly, that's really all I honestly like have for the show. I just wish we would have got 4 more episodes, and they would have been condensed, and that everything would have. I think everything would have flowed better that way too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what if, or like what it could have been like. And I'm not really, I just don't really have anything for that, because we don't know where the story is going or where it could have gone. So I can't even like try and piece together. Sorry, I don't mean to keep coughing. Plagueis was sick. Curious to see who they'd actually cast to play him if they continue the story. Will he stay CGI or hopefully include some hardcore prosthetics? I hope for prosthetics, but also CG in a way. Just because, I mean, I liked how Cad Bane looked in Boba. Definitely had my own issues with it. But as long as they bring in legacy effects, I think that they could do it practical for the most part. But I'd want someone. I don't want I don't almost want the Sam Witwer treatment where they have someone come in and just do the voice entirely. Like for example, Tony Todd. I would love Tony Todd to come in and do the voice. If you haven't heard him as Venom in Spider-Man 2, literally perfect. I mean, I think he could do some great work with Plagueis. But I'd want if we see Plagueis in lightsaber combat, I'd want him to be probably CG just because with the prosthetics it might even be hard. But I'd want to see him going full out, like prequel-esque lightsaber combat, and I want him to just be an absolute menace. CGI for like the facial expressions, emotions, yeah, just to amplify him and just to like tweak him and make him perfect. Shit, sorry. If that makes sense at all. But on other news for Star Wars, we have Star Wars Outlaws in less than a month. And I'm going to be streaming the game. I'm going to be playing the game when it comes out, you name it. On this channel too. Like we're doing an entire like 8-hour streams with the game until we beat it. And I'm going to end up buying the DLC for the Jabba stuff as well. Just because I'm going to want to see it anyway. So that's going to be interesting. And we also next month we get the Lego Star Wars episode as well. So we'll have that to look forward to. And Skeleton Crew in December. So the end of the year we still have some Star Wars content coming, and I think a lot more is going to be announced with D23 soon. So yeah, I'm still excited. Say what you will about the shows as well. Not show, sorry, the game as well. But it's a Star Wars game. I'm still gonna play it. I mean, but yeah, that's honestly really all I have for you all. I hope we get Amanda movie news at D23. I do too. I just hope that it's. I mean, I'm assuming we're like, I don't know if they'll show set photos. They might show like stills, and I don't know how much footage they've even shot yet. I would love to see if we can get like a sneak peek of like a scene or something, but I doubt we're even that far yet. Theory for second season: Senator Ravencourt is unintentionally aiding the Sith's rise back to power by being bankrolled by the wealthy benefactor Higo Damask, who shares his political ideologies with the Jedi. That would be interesting. I just would want that to coincide with the Plagueis storyline, and I just wouldn't want it to interject itself and it feel wrong. Like, it'd have to be done right, but I could get behind that. Shit. On a side note, though, if you all would like, and once we're done the discussion, I could do some stuff with the saber, like go through some of the fonts and stuff before I make my video on it. Because like right now, this is just default, man. This is just default. There is no sound font. Well, there is a sound font, but there's no like character font and everything. So. Probably change it to live chat. There we go. Oh, Joe, by the way, dude, congrats on your shorts. I saw that I saw that a couple of them now have a couple 100,000, like half a mil, 1.4 mil, dude, and you're killing it. And we're season 2 hopefully next year. Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. I would love for that. The reason why I didn't say that is just because I could see it being pushed back even further, like till 2026 with Why did I say we're getting the Mana movie next year? Isn't that in 2026? Sorry. I'm getting stuff mixed up right now. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, May 22nd, 2026. Yeah, so okay. So we're definitely gonna get Skeleton Crew probably December, and then summer will probably be Andor. Maybe Ahsoka season 2 before, because Ahsoka season 2 and the Amanda movie are filming at the same time. So hoping. Alrighty, I'm gonna move my chair really quickly, and then I'll pull up the sound fonts. Give me 1 second. Okay, I don't even know. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to hear me. So this is Vader, obviously. Right, I didn't put Clash on. Yeah.
We will have revenge.
We got Darth Maul, obviously.
Master Yoda.
The green hair little fuck. I will say the gesture controls are a little wonky. Like sometimes they want to work and sometimes they don't. I'm a little delayed, but thanks, man. Won't shock me if Andor Season 2 is moved to the big December release on Disney Plus next year. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, honestly.
I am a Jedi.
Obviously, Luke Skywalker. the Acolyte appearance.
I'm Cal. Speedy one. Second sister.
I love the Second Sister sound font, by the way. This is what I mean about the gesture controls being a little wonky.
So, Katano.
Shit. Well, I guess that's the end of the. That's the end. Right now, anyway. Until I charge my saber. I'm gonna grab the chair back real quick. Hang on. Alrighty, and we are back. I like your shorts behind the scenes you've been uploading. Thanks, Carl. But yeah, that's just a little quick sneak peek. um, sneak peek to the saber review videos that are going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. That's the first one from Theory Sabers. I'm waiting up for Monday for I ordered some mounts and stuff for different camera angles. I'll actually pull those up real quick on Instagram, on Amazon, and show you all. Because I want to have multiple angles and stuff. And also, too, I want to get the Jedi Survivor mat. One second. Okay. Sorry, I just need to block my address real quick. Okay. So yeah, I ordered this mount so that I can have it behind me so I can get like a top-down shot of my desk while doing the saber review. So I did go ahead and order this, and then this was the mat I was talking about from Jedi Survivor. So I wanted to get this to have the saber on and whatnot. I probably won't have the mat for the first video But definitely for the videos afterwards, I will. But waiting for Monday for me to film so I can film for the Saber review on then. So probably coming out around Wednesday next week. But yeah. But that's really about it. That's really all I got for you all. Just want to thank you all for being here, and give me more videos coming out in the next couple of days. Not next couple of days, probably. Probably next week Wednesday will be the first time because I'm busy all week. Or sorry, all rest of the weekend. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one, and may the force be with you all. Deuces.